Detention without charge. A Tunisian activist stand Ghassan Boughdiri's hunger strike exposes the fragility of legal protections in Tunisia's post-revolutionary landscape. The indefinite hunger strike by activist Ghassan Boughdiri after 120 days of detention without a single judicial interview underscores a systemic failure in Tunisia's legal apparatus.
This case highlights the tension between state security measures and individual rights, amplified by his explicit linkage of local struggle to a global revolutionary climate inspired by Palestinian resistance. The urgency lies in the potential for this isolated incident to catalyze broader dissent within Tunisia's already volatile political environment, where the rule of law is increasingly subordinated to executive prerogative.
Tunisia's legal drift from revolution to repression. The erosion of due process reflects a broader regression in post-2011 democratic gains. Tunisia, once hailed as the sole success of the Arab Spring, has seen a gradual consolidation of executive power under President Kais Saied since 2021, with the judicial system, still nominally independent, increasingly weaponized against dissidents.
Boughdiri's 120-day detention without charge or access to an investigating judge mirrors patterns seen in other cases of political activists, journalists, and lawyers. This judicial stalling tactic, combined with opaque accusations, creates a chilling effect on civil society while feeding a narrative of state authoritarianism that resonates with the region's broader turn towards strawman rule and the systematic dismantling of institutional checks.
The Palestine frame, local resistance, global echo. Boughdiri invokes Gaza as both a tactical model and a moral allegory for Tunisian dissent. In his public letter, Boughdiri explicitly anchors his defiance in the Palestinian struggle, arguing that resistance in Gaza has forged a revolutionary climate for freedom worldwide, a rhetorical strategy that serves dual purposes.
It legitimizes his own hunger strike as a form of non-violent resistance within a global anti-colonial tradition, while implicitly critiquing the Tunisian state's alignment with normalized relations with Israel. The strategic risk for the government is that such framing internationalizes a local legal dispute, potentially drawing scrutiny from human rights organizations and amplifying solidarity networks, while Boughdiri's act of self-sacrifice places moral pressure on the judiciary to expedite his case and tests the regime's tolerance for symbolic revolt.
A litmus test for Tunisia's rule of law. Boughdiri's fate will signal whether legal channels can absorb political dissent or if extrajudicial measures prevail. The resolution of Boughdiri's detention, whether he is formally charged, released, or allowed to continue his hunger strike, will serve as a critical indicator of Tunisia's judicial independence and the regime's tolerance for dissent.
If the state succumbs to international pressure and grants him a hearing, it may temporarily diffuse tensions, but will not address the underlying structural impunity in pre-trial detention practices. Conversely, a prolonged hunger strike resulting in medical emergency could trigger protests and further delegitimize the Saied administration, reinforcing for activists the lesson that legal avenues are increasingly unreliable and pushing dissent towards more confrontational tactics.
The climate of uncertainty, both political and socioeconomic, may make this individual struggle a bellwether for broader societal fractures.